What's up, guys, and welcome back to another replay cast. Today's game is between Soma and Bisu. We are on Roaring Currents, and oh boy, do we have a challenge for us today. This is a melee game, so if I try and change the colors, they both become yellow, which is, compared to this, black versus gray, almost as bad, if not as bad. It's going to be really fun. Anyway, it's one of my final games. I am in the process of finishing off my Broodwar casting journey. I've got 3 more games coming out after this. So there is a game between Bisu and Flash that comes out tomorrow. And then Jaedong versus Bisu the day after. And then I'll be finishing off with Flash versus Jaedong. There's no other way to go out than that. So wanted to include a Soma versus Bisu game. I just think the best Zerg in the world versus the best Protoss versus Zerg player who's probably ever played the game. Fitting way to do it. And of course this map, bro. Roaring Currents, aka Screaming Seas. You know, you can decide which one of the two you want to use. Doesn't faze me at all. Everybody knows this map. It's quite exciting to see what kind of weird and wacky builds we get when these games do happen on this wonderful map. Now, the one thing I will say is at least it's not a mirror. If it was a mirror, I would not have bothered casting the game. Number one, I don't do mirrors, but number two, it would be incredibly difficult to interpret what is happening. At least when a Hydralisk is spitting on a Zealot, you know that the one belongs to Bisu and the other one belongs to Soma. So we'll just go with that as good enough. So we're harassing a little bit with our probe, and off we go here. We're also doing the pylon block because we are mean and spiteful. Now, obviously this map, you have a number of locations that you can expand to by land, and then all of the areas that are currently kind of under the fog of war. So this broad area here on the map, and then this area up here in the left corner, and then this one here you can access by land, but these ones here and here you can't. These island expansions become incredibly relevant in the game because the ability to deny and contest for these bases as this map gets into the mid and late game becomes very, very important. So we are making cannons, we are making our nexus, so we are safe against our 4 links. A little bit potentially of an overreaction from Bisu. He obviously knows the game a hell of a lot better than me, and I guess he does have this scouting probe, but he counted the additional 2 lings that I didn't see at the time. So yep, absolutely the right call to make the 2 cannons. Gateway on the way, and it's kind of just fun to see what we get after this. I've seen some Reavers on this map. I really enjoy the Reavers. I think it's a really fun way of playing this. Overlord getting shot in the face. So Reaver drops. Reaver's also good to take a defensive posture. Scouting probe does go down there. Against, you know, to defend the island maps is really good. The tech that comes out from Zerg's point of view is hysterical. You can get Devourers, you can get Guardians, you get so many fun things that are like map specific, which is I think why watching the best players in the world play on this map for me has just felt like such a treat all along. So yeah, man, absolutely. Let's see what happens. So yeah, as mentioned, we're coming to an end of our journey here on Broodwar. I haven't really decided whether or not I'll make a video sort of dedicated to my experience of doing it and why I've sort of found myself coming to the end of the road. I don't think I will. I'm not nearly like, I don't have enough longevity. I haven't done it for long enough, and I haven't really made a meaningful impact. So to me, I think it would just be incredibly conceited to do that. You know, like, I just don't think that's me. At the end of the day, it's not a very complicated story. I've had a lot of fun doing it, and I have other things that I would rather be doing with my time, and I managed to achieve my goals. So that's really it. For me, it was a YouTube project with Broodwar as the subject. And it was, you know, sort of mission accomplished, and it's been really fun. You know, I've, in inverted commas, I've quit in the past, but it hasn't really been other than life circumstances that have kind of just really impacted my motivation to want to cast. that's not the situation now. It's just like opportunity cost and alternative things that I'd rather be doing. So that's that. We are going to maybe do a little sneaky run by here. We've got link speed, so we've given signals to our Protoss that we're probably just going lair and we won't have any Hydras for some time. We can see, obviously, that the Spire is on the way. We also saw that Bisu is making a Stargate, and he's sending out his first Corsair. So he's going to have good visibility on what the strategy is from his Zerg opponent. And it's lots of air Zerg versus air toss. There's just air everywhere, which is lovely. Alright, I'm just going to pick the microphone up, because if I keep hitting my head on the damn boom arm, I'm going to become a Del Rabbit. Alrighty, so here we go. Hello, Mr. Corsair. Flies in, sees everything he wants to see. I wonder if he will Overlord hunt. A couple here. Yeah, does decide to go for it. He's timed out, possibly in his head, that he can snipe this and still get away without any Scourge ending him. Robo is on the way as well. So it is going to be some sort of air Reaver strategy. We did a Bisu versus Jadong on this map, and Bisu went carrier, which was really, really, really fun. So part of me is quietly hoping for something similarly creative and goofy. Another Corsair flying around here at the bottom. Oh, he's got Corsairs galore here. So has he got double? No, he's just got the single Stargate. Support bay does come in now. He is anticipating mutas, so I think he's taking a defensive posture now with his Corsairs for the time being, while he gets +1 in place. What are we getting? We're getting faster Overlord movement, we're getting missile attacks, we're getting... Okay, so we're getting Hydras into our composition now, is Soma. And we are going to snipe that Overlord very, very promptly. +1's not even in place yet, so that was just critical mass. Scourge aren't going to do much against a massive Corsairs. Nicely done. Picks him off. A lot of viewers have spoken to me about the joltiness of the camera and being too zoomed in. I do accept that sometimes I zoom in a bit much, but I think the joltiness of the camera is a challenge, because to scroll smoothly with these fights and stuff, I mean, it's just something that I haven't quite figured out how to do. Of course, everybody who is telling you what to do in the comments doesn't have a Broodwar channel of their own that I can go and look at to see how it's done. So, so do with that what you will. But that being said, the benchmarking against other casters, everybody misses stuff. So I think it's just part of trying to speak, entertain, think, analyze, anticipate what's going to happen in the game, and watching the minimap all at the same time. It's probably not as easy as it looks. So until you've tried it, maybe think about how it makes people feel when you tell them that they don't know what to do. Oh, Reaver time! That Scarab's like, nah, bruh, I ain't firing back. Forget it. He didn't get much done with that. Now it does send in his Corsair ball. Maybe that was just a follow-up of some kind that he had in mind there. So the first drop established base coming into play. And he's going to fortify it with cannons, and I imagine a few Reavers as well. But I think Bisu is going to want to keep the pressure on. That is very much his style of play, which is why I think he's so good at this match in particular. He just puts on the squeeze every day. Alright, all of the Scourge. Or Scourging. Did take a few Scourge hits on his Corsairs. Took a whole heap more. And with all those Scourge hits, he's now down to 4 Corsairs. Hard to gauge how valuable those trades are. Holy crap. I missed a few Overlord kills, that's for sure. I'm sure I'll hear about that one in the comments. Naturally though, with that amount of Corsairs and +1, Soma is going to be under a lot of pressure to keep his Overlords safe and sound. So this base is up and running. It's pretty much just cannons that are keeping it safe. We are double roboing here, so it is definitely shuttle, robo, and that's why having these horrible colors is not ideal, especially on a brown terrained map, because to track the flight path of anything is tricky. Got some shuttles and reavers in here for safety. Some Scourge are flying in, probably just to confirm the expansion locations and the expansion pattern of Bisu. Does see that he hasn't expanded here, so probably expects that there's been an expansion to other bases. Bisu now tries to establish here as well. Here comes our first harassment of one of Bisu's bases from Soma. His Mutalist Micro, as we all know, is notoriously solid. So we're going to get a Mutas versus Corsair battle here. Scourge is such a tilting unit, dude. Like, it's really hard to tell how much damage they do. Is he going to be able to fire from this edge? It'd be hilarious if he can. Yeah, he can! Holy crap, that's awesome. It's actually picking off probes here. And the disruption web for fun, holy crap. That is so good. Very, very nicely done that. Oof. Okay, lots of scarabs. So adds another cannon here. And yeah, nice block. Nice block, but here comes some more Zerg. Oh wow. Does lose a shuttle there. It's a bit unfortunate. But Soma decides to pull away. We're just dropping a probe. Probey probe. So this base where he wanted to establish, the pylon was knocked down. And the Hydralisk has been left there to safeguard. And his aspirations to expand here have also been thwarted. So really good block play from Soma. He's also taken this top left base, which is usually the last base on this map that gets contended for. So I think that's quite a big early game or earlier game play from Soma that could scale really well. I think something Bisu is doing that he perhaps is missing a trick here is he should be looking to expand to these two locations by land. And perhaps contest for island bases with stronger macro, because right now he's just contained to the 3 bases, which obviously isn't bad, but Soma by contrast has expanded really well, and he cannot get this probe. Soma is blocking these island expansions so well, making his life really, really hard. Some slow zealots are on the way though. I don't know what they're hoping to achieve against upgraded Hydras that are going to be flanking here. Doesn't even have +1. It's really sad. To tidies that up, no worries. Carriers have arrived. Let's go. So that should give Bisu an opportunity to contest for this island maps. He can become an island boy. Wow, that's a lot of Reavers, bro. Oh dear. 3 Reavers go to a bar. And the one Reaver says to the other Reaver, shit. I don't shoot up. Oh my god, the Scourge there, bro. Scourge Massacasica. Cannons, though, do save the Reavers, so the Caterpillars remain safe and sound. It's been a fun game. Really, really fun game. Always, always on this map, you can pretty much bank on it 100% of the time. So it has his Nexus up and running. 46 probes only, so Bisu really does need to macro up a bit more. Soma on the other hand, 70 drones. Massive lead. It's not over though, because if I learned anything from another game I watched, once carriers are in the game, if you can get your carrier, Corsair, Reaver combination right, then it can be tricky. Although there's hardly any interceptors here, and there's Corsairs are buffering as much as they can. That, oh my god, that carrier's got 8 hit points left. That was very unlucky. He's going to try and take this carrier down. Does not succeed. Bisu's got, I mean, Soma's got so much map control, dude. How the hell does Bisu play his way out of this one? Like, he does have this 4th base up and running. Could potentially take this 5th. I guess the question is 5 bases going to be enough to just kind of go toe to toe? So we're picking up some carriers and we're doing our Corsair carrier. We've got the kind of APM where we can introduce shuttles and Reavers into this as well. And I expect that's probably the plan. Holy cow, dude. Just a massacre of Scourge. He's pretty much just making Scourge mutas still. And some spores. Now, I think when Jaedong played on this map against BC, he also added Devourers to his composition. I don't understand the Devourer unit all that well. I know it kind of slows everything down quite nicely. So, I don't know. I'd be interested in your guys' thoughts whether Devourers should be integrated into Zerg's composition, and if so, at what point. We do have Hive Tech, so what Hive Tech should we be using? I think Plague could be very useful on the carriers if we can pull it off. Another attempt to establish this base from BC. Still not trying to take this position, which, based on where his army and his other bases are, should in theory be low-hanging fruit. That is how many? Oh dear. Zoop, zoop, zoop. Okay. We inadvertently pushed all, but we are back. We are back. And we are with our beautiful Disruption Web Corsair Carrier combo, wrecking some things. Starts to pull away, presumably because of a counter attack. Yep, once again Soma does the drop to thwart this spot. And it really is just a macro game. Don't know how Soma holds off this massive carriers though. He does have 6. Everybody kind of seems to reckon once you get to 6... Uh-oh. Okay, now we're down to 5. Once you get to 6, you really are in the game. Like, as Protoss, no matter what the other population, workers, and other macro stats are. I wish, I've said this many times in my casting journey, I wish there were more statistics available in the replay client. Like, what I would love to know in today's game, specifically, is how many Scourge have been made, because it is just unreal. Like, absolutely unreal. And then if you could get another stat, how many Scourge that were made successfully made contact with an opponent air unit. Like a hit rate. That would just be insane. Like, there's got to be more KPIs. KPIs is such a such an accountant term. You guys can kind of guess what I do for a living, I suppose. But there's just got to be more indications of you know, why a game went a certain way, or just more insightful stats, customized stats that just you yourself would want to pull. I think that would just be wicked fun. Anyway, we are making the Interceptorers, and we are pushing this base. We've got some Corsairs in support here against the Scourge. What is Zerg making against us? We're just trying to play Hydras. Here come all our Scourge, and we have lost 2 or 3 carriers there. A meaningful number. Definitely a meaningful number. The proximity from this base to this base of Soma's is so short. Like as the crow flies, or in this case the Corsair Carrier Reaver combo. Hello boys, we're all together. Caterpillars, Corsairs, the 3 Cs. Maybe we should call that the Bisu 3 Cs. Corsair, Carrier, Caterpillar. Let's go. Wow. More Scourges and the Disruption Web. Double let's go. Now the supplies have swung the other way. The power of the carrier will prevail, man. Carrier's OP, Protoss OP. Even though Zerg always wins everything, eh? Ah, it's so fun. Alright, where are we going next? Here come a few more Scourge. Oh man, Scourge, bro. Never can quite tell. Should one hate Scourge, love Scourge? What should we do to Scourge? We still disruption webbing because we can. Drones going down. Supplies are still pretty equal. Bisu's got a serious gas bank. Holy crap. Soma's had this map for this base for quite some time. I guess my question is, where is he going to make his stand? Here it is. So now he's made his Devourers. So it's building up now to a nice big fight, which will involve all these units. We just need to see where and when Soma is going to make his stand. Here we go! Here we go! Here we go! Tries to run away. It is insane though. Oh my word. There's so much purple everywhere. I don't know what to interpret about it. It's just fun. Does lose a few carriers. But yeah man. Zerg against Air Protoss or Airtos can be made to look quite docile, I think you could say. So now we're pushing for a central spot on the map. Oh, it does pick off a couple of carriers. Oh my god. You just hear them dying, but you don't, like... you don't see the damage. It's just not there. So Soma's making more Scourge and more Hydras. Bisu is reinforcing with yet more carriers here. I don't even know how many of those are actually getting hits because the Corsairs are doing such good work. +2, +3 on the Corsair, so he's really maximized his upgrades on the air units, which you would expect when you're committing to an air style, which he is. Beast is going to do it again, guys. I don't actually recall, and I'm sure it's happened. It happens a lot, but I don't recall too many games where Bisu has played against a Zerg and lost. Yeah, that Overlord just died for no apparent reason. In other words, it wasn't a drop. Try to re-establish a base here. So we haven't given up yet. Bisu wants another base because his income is under pressure. He's pretty much done, right? Soma wants to just re-establish a lot of the lost ground. My expectation though is once he's established here and he feels comfortable, and he's got a few cannons up, he will push a newly established or attempt to re-establish bases from Soma. And that should be all she wrote. Overlord Massacre has begun. We are now doing the drop of Hydras to try and take this final base. All of the disruption web you could ever possibly want has arrived. And he holds that off quite nicely. And that's that. What a beauty, man. Absolutely love that. I mean, I must say, this map has brought so many fun games. I absolutely love doing any and all matches on it, but I think particularly Protoss vs Zerg. It just brings such a different dynamic to the standard match when you're playing on a sort of more standard map compared to today's map. This map in particular with this match produces fun. Like, you don't see carriers in this match almost ever. And you see Reavers quite seldom, where it's sort of a staple in this match. And it just really does lend itself to some very entertaining stuff. So thanks so much for watching, guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow with a Flash versus Bisu game. Until then, take it easy. Ciao for now.